Be me. 29, decent freelance copywriting gigs here and there? No. ChatGPT can't replace us. I specialize in women's health and relationship columns. Live at home with my parents still. They don't really bother me. No rent, no chores if I time things right. Just Uber Eats receipts and work from bed flexibility. Been in a situationship for almost 2 years. He'd come over, vent about work, nap, compliment me. I liked the attention. He liked that I didn't need much. Eventually said I was exhausting, emotionally sharp, never soft. I told him to go date his therapist then, LOL. Obviously, he didn't, just apologized and stuck around, haha. Low-key though, he did a lot. Paid for dinners, ordered things I'd just hint at in passing, oh I need a new tripod. Amazon package arrived next day. Sent Uber codes without me asking. Even bought me this cardigan I once said looked cozy. Emotionally, he always checked in. Did you eat? How was your work meetings? Even remembered when my freelance invoices were due. Would send hope they paid on time texts. When my period cramps hit, he brought ramen and painkillers. Once left work early to hold my hair back when I puked. Called me his storm. I laughed. Thought it was cringe, but whatever. Free food, man. Not technically single, but wouldn't call it dating either. Just something to do between coffee and deadlines. He's like a dog that needs attention. To be honest, most men are. Always thought men who lived alone were just emotionally stunted. How hard is it to be alone? Just get a hobby. Have a tight friend group. 3 girls, 3 guys, uni leftovers that somehow stuck. Game nights, wine nights, rooftop nights. We talk about everything, except the stuff guys never really bring up. Until one night, Mel's apartment, pizza, box wine, folded legs, Spotify jazz. We're going around answering, what's the worst thing you've thought but never said out loud? Darren, quiet guy, logistics job, hasn't dated since forever, goes, I think if I died, no one would notice for a few days. Room goes silent. Thought he was joking, but he keeps talking. He opens up about isolation. How his mum died last year. Dad barely speaks, just sends dog memes. His work? Spreadsheet hell. Says the most contact he's had recently was bumping into someone at the post office. Says he once faked a fever just to get a get well soon text. That he hasn't had human touch in 6 weeks. No one checks in, no one notices. Everyone's frozen. Mel offers wine, Jack nods slowly. I try to break tension, say, I don't know, maybe try yoga or something? New friends? Darren looks at me, says, it's not that easy when no one sees you in the first place? Argument starts. I say men avoid emotional intimacy. They isolate themselves. They choose this life. They just need to open up more. Jess backs me, says, it's like, you all want to suffer in silence, then blame us for it. Jack leans forward, says, it's not suffering in silence. It's suffering knowing if you said anything, it'd still be silence. Darren nods. We don't want pity. We want to matter. I say, you do matter. He goes, nah. Not unless we're useful or hot. Maybe both. That one stung. Mel tries to lighten it. Okay, but everyone struggles. Jack replies, true. But not everyone disappears when they do. Jack snaps a bit. You think we want to be invisible? Says, you girls think loneliness is cute. For us, it's a coffin. Things get spicy. I say, come on, women go through stuff too and we're still functional. Jack says, you don't get it. You're supported by default. Darren adds, you wouldn't last 2 weeks without compliments or check-ins. That hits. They keep going. They say I should try it, just for a while. Live like a man. No softness, no support, no validation safety net. Just silence and survival. I scoff. Say, what? Live like a broke hermit and get ignored in bars? They go, yes, exactly. Mel's already pulling out a notebook. Says, I should actually try it, for real. See if it's as easy as I think. I agree, not out of curiosity, but because I want to prove them wrong. Jack claps his hands, says, okay then, rules. Darren leans in, girls invested too. Cut off your guy. No spending his money, no flirty DMs. Jess adds, no posting thirst traps either for free dopamine. What even? Whose team are you on, man? I roll my eyes, say, fine, cold turkey. Jack keeps going. No help from family either. Can't ask dad to fix stuff or mom to make meals. You have to pay rent and have no interactions with them. That one annoys me more than I expected. Paying rent? Really? Always figured that was a guy's thing. like fixing sinks and booking hotels. Not because I can't, just because, why should I? They're the ones obsessed with being providers. Thought that was their whole deal. I do emotional labor. He used to say I softened his edges, so I was providing too. But whatever. Guess now I gotta Venmo a landlord to prove a point. Feels weird paying for a space that doesn't even feel safe. Wonder if that's how men feel, renting their silence daily. Mel laughs, says, so, starvation and isolation. Cute. Darren gets serious. You'll need to try some real labor too. Not desk job stuff. Physical, invisible, like what most guys do. I blink. You want me to move boxes for feminism? Jack smirks. Yes. Welcome to equality. I ask, how on earth do I even find that kind of work? Darren sends a link. My cousin uses this gig app when rent's late. God, was kind of hoping I could escape this one. Mel jumps in. Oh, I used it once to host at a wedding. Pays trash, but it's real. Jack says, scroll until you see something miserable. That's the one. I pretend to laugh, but my gut kind of drops. They tell me to track it, daily photos, no filters, no subtle pity baits, just raw uploads to a private group chat. Jack says, we'll meet in 2 weeks. Hear your TED Talk. Jack adds one more rule. No social media either. You can't post hot selfies for lifeline compliments. Darren nods. No stories, no tweets, no lol I'm dying, phishing attempts. Mel jokes. You mean she has to suffer silently like men do? I say, I barely post anyway. Jess goes, you posted an iced coffee last week and got 108 replies. Okay, fine. No social, no filters, just me, my cracked phone, and my own echo. Lowell, easy. I'm a confident queen. You all think I need external validation? Mel picks up her glass to cheers, says, bless this stupid idea. Jess raises her wine glass. There's literally just water in now, but okay. Darren just says, good luck, you'll need it. I say, LOL, I'll be fine. They all say, we'll see. Go home that night, walk to the station, see this dusty old suicide awareness poster peeling near the bench. Says, 75% of suicide victims are men. Read it again. Double take. Is that even real? Never noticed it before. Never needed to. Sit down next to it. Suddenly, the quiet around me feels heavier, like it's been warning me the whole time. Suddenly, things become apparent when you start paying attention. I noticed. Text situationship. Hey, need space for a bit. Personal growth or whatever. LOL. He replies, K. Take care. Didn't expect it to hit that hard. Next night feels quieter than usual. No buzz, no passive attention, no, what you doing? Or, you hungry? Want some food? Just me and my charger at 93%. Told my parents I got a short copywriting retreat. They're putting us up in a co-living space to brainstorm wellness content. Technically not a lie. Mel's dad had a vacant rental unit between tenants, said I could crash for 2 weeks if I paid utilities and cleaned up. Looked like an Airbnb that forgot it had guests. Still, 4 walls and 0 family dinners. They believed me. Probably proud. LOL. Day 2, wanted to order sushi, remembered he usually did that. Opened the app, saw the delivery fee, closed it. Made toast with cheese, it tasted like loneliness. Get a manicure. Realize I paid for it with my card. Used to be an automatic Venmo request. Now I stare at the $44 like it's a hospital bill. Decide to go out. No makeup. Jeans. Purposely wear my plain black baggy hoodie. I've been mistaken for a guy multiple times whenever I wear it. Kinda look like a guy. Want to test it raw. Hit that bar we always used to pre-drink at. Not a single head turn. Bartender skips me twice. Finally waves. What'll it be, ma'am? Ma'am? Damn, they used to call me sweetheart. Realize something. No one's trying to talk to me. No glances, no compliments, no one wondering where I've been. I thought I'd feel free. Instead I feel erased. Is this what being a low-value man tastes like? Try to make convo with guy next to me. He mumbles, watching the game. Vibes. Brick wall. I smile anyway. He doesn't smile back. Step out for air. Realize no one looked when I left, like I never existed. Was I ever here, or just background noise? Finish a long freelance gig. 2-week gap till next brief. Jack texts in our group chat, bet. Blue collar week. Let's go. I reply, fine. Let's sweat then. Sign up on temp work app, pick a random event setup shift. 6 a.m. call time, 5:13 alarm. Wake up wondering what kind of prison sentence I agreed to. Arrive half zombie. Assigned to carry metal poles and push staging carts. Nothing that needs some permit or a license, but pretty backbreaking work. Guy next to me? 56. Hasn't stretched in a decade. Still outpaces me. Try to make small talk. Ask how long he's been doing this. He says, long enough to stop counting. Says he used to run a cafe, lost it during COVID, now just does this to stay afloat. I ask, don't you get tired? He shrugs. Beats sitting home feeling useless. At least this way I'm sore for a reason. Wasn't expecting philosophy at 6:42 a.m. I ask, where do we break? He says, at the end. No one checks if I'm okay. One dude asks my name, forgets it mid-shift. Lunch break. Sit near the loading dock, eat egg salad alone. Text group chat, manual labor is humbling, LOL. No replies. Start to feel like a ghost who's still clocked in. Day 11. Wake up with sore throat, still go to a second shift. Weather. Raining. Umbrella breaks. Arrive soaked. Guy handing gear goes, rough morning, then walks away. Zero sympathy. No softness. Just cold hands and cold concrete. Assigned outdoor signage setup. Boxes, screws, hammer. Not hard, just heavy and endless. Trip on loose cable, fall forward, scrape both knees, and spill everything. Two dudes nearby don't move. One literally walks over my clipboard. Say, ow. No reply. Kneel there like an idiot. Realize, no one's coming. This isn't main character pain. This is background extra pain. Men are really not that kind, huh? Text Jess. Feel off lately, I don't know. She replies, take a nap. Text situationship. You still around? Left on scene. Sit on bed, in towel. Look around. Haven't been hugged in almost 2 weeks. Call Mel. Don't even know what to say. She picks up mid, hello? I just exhale, say, do you think I'm dramatic? She pauses, says, why? I go, I feel like I'm evaporating out here. She says, now you know why Darren never says anything. That hits. I whisper, I'm scared I'm getting used to it. She just goes, hang in, 3 days left. Can't sleep, open laptop. Reddit, first time in weeks. They said I wasn't allowed social media. Reddit doesn't count. Okay. R. Askman, as usual. Top post for the week. Men, when did you feel most alone? Top comment. When my cat died and I realized no one else knew he existed. Next. Every birthday since 28, not a single text. Another. It's been 5 years since anyone touched me affectionately. Eyes sting. This isn't a few guys. This is all of them. I used to think they didn't care. Turns out they just stopped saying it out loud. Ugh. Pathetic. Haven't been complimented either. Not even from a stranger. Just effort. Constant, invisible effort. Was this what they meant? No one checking in. No one noticing you slip. Is this how they live all the time? I always joke how men lacked emotions. It's as if they were wired with some software error. LOL. Turns out they're just buried under rent. Nah, but it's toxic masculinity that caused all this. Think of Darren and how I mocked him. I get it now. Invisibility isn't poetic. It's terrifying. 2 weeks later. Day 13. Accidentally knock over my lunch on the job. Rice and tuna everywhere. Kneel down, try to scoop it back into the Tupperware. Look up. 2 guys just walk past me, not even a you good? Third guy sees, walks over, hands me a napkin. Messy day, huh? I nod. He sits for a sec, says, first week. I go, how'd you know? He smiles. You still look shocked. He tells me, you'll stop being shocked. That's when it's dangerous. I ask, do you ever get used to it? He says, you don't. You just start thinking no one else has it better. Then he leaves, back to the metal crates. Sit on curb, hands smell like soy sauce, feel like crying, but that feels illegal out here. Even my sadness feels like a burden. Go home, take off my wet socks, curl up on the floor instead of bed. Open old voice notes from him. They used to annoy me. Now they sound like warmth. I miss being asked dumb stuff like, how was your sleep? Miss feeling? Scene. Step into shower, not to clean, just want warmth. Turns out the heater broke, water's cold. Stand there anyway. Start talking to myself. You're fine. It's okay. You're okay. Repeat it until I cry. It's not true, but someone's got to say it. And apparently, that someone's me. Meet at Mel's again. Same wine, same floor cushions, same people, except I'm different now. They ask how it went. I shrug, then laugh, then cry, say, "You win." Jack raises a brow. "So?" I say, "I thought you were exaggerating. Turns out I've been patted by softness my whole life. Compliments, check-ins, favors, safety nets. Take those away, and this world is steel." Darren nods, says, "It's not about being tough. It's about doing it all while nobody notices, and still showing up anyway." I don't argue for once. I just listen. Walk home slow, fingertips cold. Call Mom, say heading back tomorrow. She says, "Bring laundry." Dad in background, watching TV. "No? How was it?" "No, we missed you. Just your room's still dusty." Hang up, sit on bus alone, look at my hands, realize no one's held them in 14 days. And the scariest part is how easy that became normal. Back in my room now, same bed, same silence. Wasn't that bad, I guess. I did it, proved I could, even if it sucked. Open laptop, scroll old pics, me at brunch. Caption, "Soft life loading." Maybe it was never soft, just supported, and I mistook that for strength. Look out the window, see a dude smoking alone. Kinda reminds me of Darren. Wonder if he's okay. Probably just overthinking again. Did I really mock them? Or did they just take things too personal? I said what I thought. Was that so wrong? I don't know. Maybe it's just all more complicated than I ever gave credit for. Maybe I was right, but also a little wrong. Whatever. I'm just tired. Real tired.